So Aries rising, this full moon in Cancer is happening in the house of home and family. And it is in a, little bit of a poignant square to that Chiron in the first house. So, this could be a time for Aries and Aries rising to feel that sense of longing for family, and also to be motivated to open their hearts, or to even wear their hearts on their sleeves in some ways. That Chiron has been in the first house for a couple of years, I believe, or 18 months or so. So there is, for Aries and Aries rising, you are in a period of healing some sort of wound that has to do with identity, that has to do with how you show up in the world. And with this full moon making a connection to that, it could be that you are, this full moon could be a moment of healing, a moment of poignancy around, the way that you see that self that was shaped from childhood, and the kind of programming or ancestral karma that you had, that you've taken from growing up, and look at those patterns and how they relate to the way you're healing that sense of self now. So this full moon could really be somewhat bittersweet, is sort of the word I'm thinking of. Mars at the same time is leaving its square with Pluto. That was a pretty tense alignment. That could have been a confrontation with an authority figure, a boss, a parent, the more dominant parent, that asserting yourself in a healthy way that is not necessarily confrontational, but is, direct and asserting yourself in a healthier way, that you're still maybe integrating that conflict and what came out of that conflict between that authority figure, a boss, or even the way that, you show up professionally. That's been a bigger theme for you this year because of all the Capricorn vibe. So that's in a waning aspect. That's sort of like you're integrating whatever that conflict was, whatever that challenge was, whatever that piece of your reputation and the way that you show up in the world and demonstrate your power and authority. That's something that you're still sort of integrating. If we look at the Venus square Neptune for you this coming week, this is happening in the world of spirituality, in the world of, the ninth house has to do with the connection to something bigger than you. And the 12th house does as well. Stephanie saying that she tried asserting yourself gently and currently getting the silent treatment for it. And you feel better though. Yeah. So it is tricky. I will say that Mars square Pluto is very volatile. And I think, Stephanie, you're Libra. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that's hard for Libra to assert yourself. So I would congratulate you as a Libra stellium using that Mars square Pluto to assert yourself gently. I'm sure that was, appropriate and perfectly aligned because of all the Libra that you have in your chart. But the Venus square Neptune, there's an element of your belief systems that are shifting, Aries and Aries rising. And these belief systems do have something to do with how you are being paid, how you are being compensated for your professional authority, your power that Venus square Neptune can create. And this is right around Wednesday, a feeling of blockage around, wanting to be able to surrender. That's Neptune in the 12th. Maybe even feeling like you need a break from the intensity, and yet also knowing how important it is to continue to, this is really about focusing on your belief system in yourself. Venus in the Aries chart is the ruler of that second house, which is about your skills, your resources, and how you see yourself as a valuable person. So I think that this is a good time, Aries and Aries rising, for you to contemplate that, how do I value myself? And what do I need to adjust and change in the way that I value myself so that other people can are free to value me as well? Because we only get recognized for the amount of value we contribute to the degree that we've recognized it in ourselves. I don't know if that makes sense. But if you're not loving yourself and valuing yourself, then you're sending out this vibration of I am not valuable, so don't value me. And with Aries rising, this is really a time to kind of sit with yourself and say, what message am I unconsciously sending out around value, around how I contribute.